Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Haitian family. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahi wahda. Wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'dah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. So today's chapter is today is all that we have. Right? Today is all that you have. Oftentimes we wake up and in the morning we tend to plan. And part of our plans, they don't just include what's going to happen today, but we start planning, okay, what are we going to do tomorrow? We start planning for days and months and even years at times. And we really take the day that we are in, we take it for granted. When you wake up in the morning, don't expect to see the evening. Live as if today is all that you have. This is all that you have today. Because yesterday, it's past. All the good or the bad or however yesterday was, it's all gone. It's never going to come back. And tomorrow, I mean, the reality is it hasn't even arrived. You don't even know if it's going to come in the first place. So as a Muslim, our belief is, our lifespan is only one day. Right? And that's why whenever we pray in Salat al-Jama'ah, the Imam is always reminding us that pray as if this is your final prayer, right? So some of the Prophet ﷺ also mentioned that pray as if this is going to be your last prayer. Every prayer we pray as if it's going to be the last and the final one. And this is important because with this in mind, with this particular attitude, you're not going to be caught, with between the obsessions of the past, the anxiety of yesterday. Whatever happened, it's said and it's done. There's nothing that you can do to bring it back. And that reality is it's not really that important anymore because you have this moment and this time now. So you're not going to get caught in the anxieties and the obsessions of the past and the hopes of and the dreams and the uncertainty of the future, because you don't know, first of all, if tomorrow is going to come, and if tomorrow does come, you have no idea what it has in store for you, and there's nothing that you can really do about it. So live for today, because today is here, it's now, it's in your control, it's in your possession. And that's why, when we wake up every morning, we should pray with a wakeful heart. Wake up in the morning and be so glad. You recite that dua, Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'da ma amatina wa ilayhi nushur. You thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gave you life after this mini death of sleep, right? And now you have this opportunity to pray. So when you wake up in the morning, especially now and during Ramadan, get up in the morning, immediately pray. Start praying right away. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thank Him for this opportunity to pray Salatul Tahajjud. Right? Thank Him for the opportunity that you were able to fulfill the sunnah of having suhoor. And not just that, you had suhoor with your family. Right? Those who were there. And even if you are by yourself, living by yourself at this moment in time, at least you had this opportunity to fulfill the sunnah. You had a chance to pray Salatul Fajr. Right? You thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that alhamdulillah, I'm able to pray Salatul Fajr. Many people are not even fasting. For them, we're talking about Muslims who are waking up, and for them, Ramadan is just like any other day. There's no real difference between Ramadan and outside of Ramadan. Recite the Quran with understanding, right? Try to understand the Quran. We've been neglecting that for so long. And remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with as much sincerity as you can. And make sure your day is balanced. Your day should be completely balanced. Everybody, as Muslims, this is a religion that advocates rights and hukuk. We give everything and everyone their full rights. So our life should be completely balanced. Not just towards one way or to the other. And be satisfied with whatever Allah has given you. Whatever situation you're in, say Alhamdulillah, because it could have been much worse. Much, much worse. And there are many people out there, they'll look at your life today, as much troubles and anxieties you may be feeling today. There are people that look at your life that I wish I had your life. Right? And just like you're looking at someone else's life and you're wishing you had their life, someone's looking at your life in the same way. So let's say alhamdulillah that there are many people that would literally do anything to be in the situation that I'm in, regardless of how troublesome it may seem to me. You have today, take care of your health, right? Take care of who you are. The Prophet ﷺ was very, very conscious of his health, conscious of the way he looked. He made sure he groomed himself. He was presentable. As a Muslim, we have these obligations as well. And organize your day. We have to learn how to organize our day that so that we can make years out of minutes and months out of seconds. It's one very beautiful phrase that he's mentioned in this book. And if you want to, I'll say it one more time, that we should organize our days so that we can make years out of the minutes that we have and months out of the seconds that we have. What he's saying is that we should organize our day in a way in which we have so much barakah in our time. Barakah that people rarely ever focus on this. If you read into the biographies of the Salaf al-Salihin, you're gonna notice that they were able to achieve an unbelievable amount of accomplishments in such a short time, very very short time. For me, Mullah Muhammad Zakri rahmatullah alayhi, a very famous scholar from the Indian subcontinent. I mean, literally, he wrote hundreds of books, and he didn't live for a very long time. It wasn't like he lived for the 80, 90 years or something like that. He lived for a regular amount of time, but he accomplished so much. And you look at his daily routine, it's mesmerizing how much he did in one day. And that's another thing. You look at, I mean, he was teaching, he was also writing, he was entertaining people. Many people would come all over the world to visit him. He would spend time with them, spend time with his family, and still he accomplished so much. Right? SubhanAllah. This is all because of the barakah in the time that we have. And when you organize your day, right, Allah puts the barakah in there. Seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you don't know if you're going to get a chance to seek forgiveness. Do your istighfar and do it right now. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prepare for this world as if this is going to be your last. And part of that the one thing that we can do to help us prepare today is to just be content. Be happy with what you have. Say alhamdulillah for the situation that you are in. Alhamdulillah for your wife. Alhamdulillah for your husband. Alhamdulillah for your children, for your work, for your house, for whatever situation you are in life. Just learn to say alhamdulillah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, فَخُذْ مَا آتَيْتُكَ وَكُمْ مِنَ الشَّاكِرِينَ, that hold on to what I have given you. Take to whatever I've given you, and be amongst the grateful. وَكُمْ مِنَ الشَّاكِرِينَ, be amongst the grateful people. Ibn Asakir rahmatullah alayhi, he mentioned that work for this dunya, work for this world as if you're going to live forever. Because when you know you have a lot of time, and this is really human nature, when we know we have a lot of time, we tend to kind of drag things along. So work for this dunya, for this world, as if you're going to live forever. And work for the hereafter, work for the akhirah, as if today is your last day. Because when you have a sense of urgency, there's a deadline approaching, you're going to put 300 times effort, 400 times effort. You're going to go above and beyond, right? You're going to really try your utmost. So, and by doing that, live today free from any type of sorrow, from any type of, anxiety or anger or jealousy or malice, right? We had to engrave into our heart this one phrase: today is the only day that I have. That's all that matters. And really, if you think about it, it really is true. For most of us, most of you who are watching this, you had suhoor today, right? And I'm sure, you're whatever suhoor that you had, many of us like warm meals. If you had a nice warm meal, if you're in the subcontinent, you probably had a nice hot, soft paratha, in the morning, some sort of bread, So whatever meal that you had today, that's what matters, right? You enjoyed that meal. Yesterday's bread is stale, it's rotten, it's gone. It doesn't matter anymore. Whatever happened to yesterday's bread is you can't do anything about it. And it really doesn't matter because right now the bread that you have in front of you, that's what matters. That's what you're enjoying. And that's how we have to, that's the attitude that we need to have with life, right? We have to, if you're truthful with yourself, have a firm resolve, a solid resolve, and you will undoubtedly convince yourself of the following: that today is the last day that I'm going to live. And when you have this attitude, you will make sure every single moment counts, right? Every moment counts. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, many places in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Fastabiqul khairat." Rush towards good things, run towards good things. He's not telling us take your time. There's all these goodness around you. Enjoy. No. Fastabiqul khairat. Rush towards good. وَالسَّابِقُونَ السَّابِقُونَ أُولَٰئِكَ الْمُقَرَّبُونَ. Those people who are rushing, as soon as they see a good opportunity, they run towards it. They rush towards it. Those people who are constantly seeking and looking and rushing towards good, they're always the first people there. Whenever there's any khair, any type of goodness, they're the first ones you're going to see there. أُولَٰئِكَ الْمُقَرَّبُونَ. These are the people that are beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the people that are close to Allah. And that's what matters. Because they see righteousness with a sense of urgency. Right? They're just rushing towards it because that's truly, really what's important. It's like, the people of this dunya, the people of this world, they have this saying that, you know what, you need to make as much money as fast as you can. Right? I've heard this many, many times. Make as much money as you can as fast as you can. Well, for a Muslim, remember, like, I was talking about we were going over the tafsir yesterday of juz number 3. And in it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's a long list of verses where Allah's teaching us about financial responsibility. And one of the verses, is very clear that the money that you spend on yourself, right, that's the only thing that's yours. And the best money that you have is the money that you spend in sadaqah, that you spend in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the rest of it, where is it going to go? You're not going to use it. This is going to go to your inheritors. And if you unfortunately leave this world without any inheritors, it's gone. There's nothing that you can do about it. So that's why today, we have to learn to say to ourselves, today I shall be refined in my speech, and I will utter neither evil nor any type of obscenity. And I'm not going to backbite anybody. I'm not going to talk smack about anybody. I'm just only going to talk good things. Today, I'm going to organize my house. I'm going to organize my office. They will not be disorderly, nor will they be chaotic, right? But rather my home and my office are going to be organized and neat. Today, I'll be particularly focused on my health, my body, my cleanliness, my appearance, right? I'll be meticulous about everything, about the way I walk, the way I talk, and my actions. Today, I'm going to be as obedient to Allah as possible. I'll pray in the best manner that I can, and I'll do as much nawafil and voluntary acts of righteousness as I can. I'll recite the Quran and read the Quran with as much understanding as I can. I'll plant goodness into my heart and extract the roots of evil and just take it out, whether it's pride, whether it's arrogance, jealousy, or even hypocrisy. I'm going to uproot these things and just throw it away, and only keep my heart and reserve my heart for good, positive emotions. Today, I will try to help other people. I will check up on the good, right? I will console those people who are grieving, feed the hungry, and I will stand by the side of the people who are oppressed and who are weak. I will respect, our religious, leaders, and I will be merciful to our young. And I'm going to make sure I give the due reverence to our elderly. The past is gone and is departed. I'm not going to cry over the past. You're not going to see me remembering or mourning what happened yesterday, not even for a second, because yesterday it's traveled away and it's never ever going to come back. And to the future, I haven't seen it. I'm not going to be obsessed by the dreams of the future, and I'm not going to be preoccupied about what's going to come, because it hasn't even been created yet. It hasn't even come yet. And today is my only day. This is one of the most important statements that we can ingrain into our hearts, in our minds. I'll just relate one last story. There was a couple, they're relating a story of theirs. This is on Eid day, right? On Eid day, they happened to, they woke up in the morning, just like every other couple wakes up in the morning. And the it happened, with couples, especially when you're in a rush, when you're on a time constraint. They kind of start arguing with each other, bickering about small things. Oh, hurry up! You're taking a long time. Why don't you take care of that quickly before we leave? And they're just arguing and bickering about each other. Finally, they get ready. They go pray the Salatul Eid. And after Salatul Eid, they decide they're gonna go and visit the relatives of the husband. Um, but before they go there, they decide to stop off to get some gas. They go to the gas station, and as they're at the gas station, they're there. There's an older man. He's riding his bike, and they turn away for a second and just talk to each other. Within just moments, within a second, they hear screeches and a loud bang. They turn around and they see this mangled bike inside the windshield of the car, and they see the elderly man face down on the pavement. Luckily, there was a paramedic. She was close by. She ran to the man. She tried to help and resuscitate him, but despite her best efforts, he died on the spot. Right? He didn't survive. And at that moment, they turned around and they looked at each other and they realized that, what, don't you know what you did this morning when we woke up and we're arguing and we're bickering with each other. Why were we doing that? All these things were honestly, they were insignificant, right? The bickering and the fighting were all insignificant things, and we wasted that time when we could have used it in positivity. And then they gave a really a stark reminder to the people that they're narrating the story to. They said, remember to live each day as if it could be your last. Do not get caught up in the frivolous nature of this life. Remember what is important, and remember who is important. Right? Read your prayer on time. Do the best you can to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your time is written, and there's nothing that you can do to change it. You don't know when it can be, and we are not the fearless and indestructible forces that we arrogantly think we are. We're just strangers in this life, passing through, right? And only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what tomorrow is going to bring for us. And that was their message. Very profound and important message. But really, you don't know. Because that simple, that elderly man, he probably got up to go to, just riding his bike to go get the paper, or, just maybe just enjoying the morning as his routine that he's probably done many, many times before in the past. He had no idea that that simple bike ride that morning would be his last. And this, we have to really try to understand this concept. We don't know what's going to happen. The very next second, we don't know what it has in store for us. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to really benefit from this. Now, you know, every morning when we get up, we tend to kind of, after we're done with our routine, kind of move forward. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he taught us many adhkar that we should recite during the day, during the morning and evening. And so I want to, just share some of the adhkar of the morning. First is Ayatul Kursi. After every prayer, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever recites Ayatul Kursi after every prayer, from that one prayer to the next prayer, that person will be protected in between. So let's read Ayatul Kursi one time, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. Then the Prophet ﷺ also taught us to read Surah Ikhlas 3 times, Surah Falaq 3 times, Surah Nas. These are all different things we can be reciting in the morning and the evening as well. Then there are some other adhkar. أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. ربي أسألك خير ما في هذا اليوم وخير ما بعده وأعوذ بك من شر ما في هذا اليوم وشر ما بعده. رب أعوذ بك من الكسل وسوء الكبر. رب أعوذ بك من عذاب في النار وعذاب في القبر. اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت خلقتني وأنا عبدك وأنا على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعت. أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت. أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا. اللهم إني أصبحت أشهدك وأشهد حملة عرشك وملائكتك وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك وأن محمدا عبدك ورسولك. اللهم إني أصبحت أشهدك وأشهد حملة عرشك وملائكة وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك وأن محمدا عبدك ورسولك. اللهم إني أصبحت أشهدك وأشهد حملة عرشك وملائكة وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك وأن محمدا عبدك ورسولك. اللهم إني أصبحت أشهدك وأشهد حملة عرشك وملائكة وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك وأن محمدا عبدك ورسولك. اللهم ما أصبح بي من نعمة أو بأحد من خلقك فمنك وحدك لا شريك لك فلك الحمد ولك الشكر. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. اللهم بك أصبحنا وبك أمسينا وبك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك النشور. And there are many other adhkar that we can recite, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our gathering here today. May Allah accept the adhkar. in our favor, and may Allah keep us in His protection, us, our families, our loved ones, our colleagues, our friends, anybody that we know. In fact, the entire humanity. May Allah Subhanahu wa Taala keep all of us safe, keep all of us protected, and enable us to get through this pandemic situation. And get through with it on the other side healthy, sane, and with our full iman and a stronger iman rather. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.